Howdy, 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 howdy. How's your boss? Are you fresh? You're fresh. It is what it is. It's Friday night. It is what it is. And we got two great cigars here. Two great cigars, but they were given to us by our dear friend Goody. Much appreciation. I take none of these gifts for granted. Just as I know you appreciate the channel as a gift in your life, we have a great time. Scope said it. We have a great time. Hang out. We have a good time. It's just a place. It's a place that we have somewhere to go when everything in your life could uh, be sucking, be terrible. You, you got a lounge. You could throw people in a dome for 300 seconds. It's the stupid place you need. So here we have two Olivas. One more bigger than the other as far as the brand, the Oliva V, but this is the more limited version, although it's just steadily available. First, it was very rare, I think, and limited. Now it's like a limited release. I think it's a constant release. Uh, this is the V Maduro, though. Now, if you never had the V, if you like the V, V's a great cigar. But the V Maduro is superior. The V Maduro, compared to the regular V, the V Maduro, it gives it, it finishes the blend. It makes the V complete. It completes the V. The V Maduro completes the V. The V is a great, robust, heavy, you know, high value cigar. Potent, a little edgy. The V Maduro, it just takes it. Now, then you have a cigar that's just more based on even more high value. Something's going to give them. So here you have the Masterblends 3. This is probably a lever you don't know about, or maybe you don't care about. But there's a lot of potential for this cigar. One, the price point. You're getting a well-made cigar at a really stupid price. It is a dark, strong cigar. What's the give on this cigar, though? Well, it's a dirty cigar, and from my recollection, it is an extremely earthy, dark cigar and simplistic. So if you want to get punched in the face twice, um, that kind of cigar. If you're in the mood to have a very strong, simplistic, dirty, robust cigar, but it is good. Or you could buy these and let them age for 2, 3 years, and you might really have a gem right there. These at a store, normally you don't find them. Normally you find them online, and online these are coming in like at the lowest price point on the Oliva line as far as their like mid-tier, cigars, and this would definitely be a mid-tier. The price point is very low mid-tier, but by no means, if you like Padron 1000 series, this cigar right here, you're gonna like this one. It's a younger, cheaper version of their higher end cigars like the V or V Maduro. I'm not saying pound for pound the same thing, but it's in the same brand, and you see the different tiers of what you get for your money. Um, so you're still getting a cigar that can be enjoyed, and the band is solid. Um, and I did let them sit down. So we got sliding going on. We got sliding going on, and I did decide that because I've had the V Maduro of recently many times, and it's such a great cigar. Sometimes I prefer the V Maduro over the Milano V Maduro. That's how great the cigar is. Since that reason, I'm going to do this cigar first because I haven't. First of all, God bless you. I haven't had this cigar in so long. I think it's been years, and I really, even though this is the cheaper, the other cigar is better. It costs more money, but that's the better cigar. and they're both from Oliva. But I wanted to have this on a clean palate to really get reacquainted to it. It's been a long time. And this is going to Robusto. There is box press. There's Oliva box press. Here we got Curtis. We got Bruce, Padron 26, fantastic. Pass the cap. Nick Silver, enjoy your flavored cigars. What's up? You screwed up. Congratulations. You screwed up. Well, tonight, we got a little bottle of Gentleman Jack. Um, Not high end. I'd say it's a solid mid tier. I didn't have any whiskey in the house, and I couldn't decide. And I didn't. I wanted to go to the liquor store I wanted to go to, and the missus was like, "Now we're going to the one right next to the restaurant after we leave. That's where we're gonna go. I don't feel like." And I was like, "All right." So, and I didn't feel like going back out. If you notice, my parking lot's empty. They're repaving it. Well, they repaved it today. Nobody cares. And now that it's repaved, you gotta wait a day. So everyone's parked on the street by the highway, and I'm hoping no one steals my car. So I got that going for me. So, Gentleman Jack on the rocks. All right, here we go. All right. It's been a while. I wanted this shit cold. Not gonna lie. I wanted this shit cold. A nice little pour. There you go. Gentlemen, gentlemen, and I use that term loosely. It is Friday night. I'm not working tomorrow night. I am not driving right now. I'm going to relax. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. Um, and it is what it is. Um, yeah, Gentleman Jack is definitely nicer than regular Jack. Although it is what it is. If it's a Jack night, it's a Jack night. If it's Jack and Coke, okay. But I don't really drink soda at all. So, anyways, cheers. Cheers to your balls. Stay fresh, and nobody cares. It's definitely smoother than regular Jack. Long finish, heavy finish, kind of a smoky finish, not nearly as smoky as a Scotch. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I mean, look, you could be a snob and say, "Oh, Gentleman Jack is garbage." Sure, yeah. Garbage by what means? I mean, it's still it's a whiskey made by a reputable brand that can be enjoyed. Yeah, I could have bought a more expensive bottle tonight, but who gives a shit? I'm not here to impress you. There's a good chance my dick is bigger than yours. There's a good chance my biceps bigger than yours. There's a good chance. So if Gio wants to make fun of my whiskey, well, it is what it is. I'm just fucking with Gio. I love Gio, right? Gio is like I use as the example, like a crash test dummy. But it's nothing personal. Sometimes it's personal with Gio, but most of the time, Gio is the crash test dummy that Gotham needs, not the one that it deserves. I don't know what that means. Anyways, cheers to Gio, second best hair in the lounge. Well, that's good. Could somebody get me the blend? Master Blend 3. There's only one blend. There's a few sizes, I think, but they don't change wrapper or anything like that. So I got to give them to that. You know, it's consistent. I'm excited to have this because I haven't had this cigar in a long time. What's my idea in my mind before I smoke it? Mentally, I'm thinking this cigar is going to be heavy, almost overdone, stupidly strong, stupidly simple, and robust simple, and I remember the cigar being dirt earth. However, I want that kind of mood right now. I want a night of a few drinks and a night of cigars taking me away. Let's get out of here, cigar. Ah, and you just cigar takes you away. It is what it is. So it's that kind of night, and nobody cares. It's what it is. Where's our regular guys? Are we missing people here? How thick is this cat? Am I just hallucinating? Okay, this is the first Oliva to do this to me. What are you doing, dog? All right, we good. We good. We good. Dragland, what's up? Anthony P, nobody cares. All right, let's kick our ass. Soft, gentle heat, I can't stress it enough. Soft, gentle heat. Soft, gentle heat. All right. Smells dark and strong. Here we go. Let's see how it goes. 3, 2, 1. Hmm. That's quite potent. That initial puff is quite potent. I like what you did there. It is what it is. You said sun-grown broadleaf. I know it's a broadleaf. You have a Nicaraguan. It's a strong cigar. It's definitely, it feels younger tobacco than like a V Maduro or a Milano, anything. However, the question is, can you enjoy a cigar like the Masterblends 3 that you can get from probably about a third of the price as a Milano V Maduro? And the answer is yeah. You just got to be in that kind of mood. You got to be in that you got to be in that rough around the edges kind of cigar. By no means a piece of shit. It's a quality cigar that's you're getting cheaper price point. The construction's good, but it's rough around the edges. It's like a Johnny Red. You can't enjoy it if you're not being a snob, and if you appreciate a scotch that's rough around the edges, you're gonna have a good time. But what does it give you? More money in your pocket. So at the end of the day, sometimes just cigar is a cigar. Yeah, that's a heavy cigar. That's a strong cigar. You can't compare. You can't compare the Masterblends 3 to the regular V. You have to compare the Masterblends 3 to a Milano V Maduro or a V Maduro. Um, that's my opinion on that. That's my opinion. But you do what you want. Do what you want. You do what you want. How dark is this cigar? 85% darkness. Cigar is dark. How strong is this cigar? 80% strength. It's a heavy medium to full off the get go. Wow. Whoa, shit. Okay, for newbies, don't smoke this cigar. Snobs, you're not going to smoke this. For everyone else, what can you get out of this? An extremely potent, affordable, dark, heavy, strong cigar that if you give it a year or two, it's going to smooth out. That being said, where this is intense, simple, immense amounts of earth, some dark chocolate, some very dark espresso, and I mean an immense amount of black pepper. Like everything is done over the top and probably too much. But if you're looking for that, oops, just put a little too much earth on this cigar, you're gonna love it. It's a great cigar. I recommended these for years. If you like the Padron 1000, 2000 Maduros, you can throw these right in that same category. Which one's better? Well, if you're going to be a snob, you're going to say the Padron. At the same time, by no means is the Padron 1000 Maduro some magical cigar. It is what it is. The Masterblends 3 and the Padron 1000 Maduros, they can kind of go hand in hand on strong, stupid, heavy cigars at a better price point than their higher end stuff. There's always a trade off. They're not as good, but there's more money in your pocket. So if you're having a tighter week, you could still smoke cigars. Or if you're trying to save your money for something else, you could still smoke a cigar and maybe go on that vacation you want to go on. Or buy that new Glock. I don't know. Liga Bravada Anniversario. I've had Liga Bravada number 9, Liga Bravada 52, and Liga Bravada all the other little models they make. I don't know about that one, Anniversario. You talking about the 10th year? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. It is what it is. And I don't even know who's here right now. Nobody's here. There's nobody here. Massive smoke output. I'm also glad I'm having a drink with this. This is not a cigar that I'd want to like just smoke by myself. I'd want to be eating something and at least drinking water um, to kind of mask the cigar a little bit. Totally enjoyable cigar, but once again, it is very edgy. It is a very, I won't lie about it, it's a very dirty cigar. However, you can tell the cigar has great potential. It's just very young. Um, if this tobacco from the factory before they rolled had another 2 years on it, it'd still be strong. But you know, who knows? Maybe 3 years would be great. But it is what it is. The price on this is very affordable. But they're still engageable. This cigar, it's still a great time. And if you plan it for the right moment, then it is a great cigar. It's a good cigar just to say, hey, it works. Insanely strong and stupid and simple, and very earthy and very dark. However, um, and very affordable. If you plan it properly and you're in that kind of mood, then it can be great. Because you're like, I don't give a shit mood right now. You know what I'm saying though? You're not drinking craft beer tonight. You know, you're drinking domestics. Don't catch a domestic though. You're drinking domestic beer. You're drinking, maybe it's a regular whiskey or bourbon, whatever the heck. Uh, Jim Beam, who gives a shit? All right. What was it? Is it too? You're too rich for it. Like anyone can enjoy this, and it could put you in a mood. That cigar's not playing around. Yeah, if you're in the mood for a great Bud Light, a good family beer, and if you're in a stupid place, nobody cares. Look at that sunset. What a stupid place, huh? Nobody cares. I don't even know why I'm here tonight. Why am I here? None of the guys. Where's Soccer? Where's PG? Where's Gio? What's up, Sean? Staying fresh. I'm not gonna lie. This cigar is strong. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you're looking for great, inexpensive Scotch, Alberfeldy 12. It's Alberfeldy 12 is great. Alberfeldy 12 is great. It's in the 12-year blend of the Dewar's, and Dewar's 12 is great. Very inexpensive. Glenmorangie 10, great Scotch, inexpensive. There's some great stuff out there. You know, is what it is. He said at the club. Well, this is Richie's club. I'm the bouncer. I'm the bartender. I'm the therapist. I'm the police, and I'm the hot shit. I'm every woman. It's boy in me. Can I say that? Yeah, that's a dirty good cigar. You're definitely getting. There's one thing you have strength from stronger tobacco, but there's another thing when you're getting edginess from younger tobacco. Because you could take two cigars with the same strong tobacco. Well, what's, for example, say one has total age of 2 years with the tobacco on it, and the other one's going to have four. You're going to feel a difference. I can't stress it enough. Time is the sandpaper, and tobacco is the wood. The more time, the more sanding. He said he can say whatever you want. Well, thank you for letting me know that. Wow, that's a strong cigar. And I would say when you have cigars that are a little younger, I'm not sure. I wouldn't say it's ammonia, but the smoke that you're smoking it hurts your eyes a little more. That's not the cigar's fault in a sense. With younger tobacco, less fermentation, um, the longer you ferment stuff, the smoother it becomes all across the board. Cheers. We're gonna cheers like Gio. Gio cheers to 3 times. Oh look. Oh. Look, I'm Gio. Oh, I'm Gio. Oh look, I'm gonna smoke it like PG. Mm. Tonight is a dumb night. Oh, who was talking over there? Would you shut up? Would you shut up? Dragland, we got Sean, we got Caleb. What's up? Bruce, Anthony P. What's up? What's up? What's everyone doing? What's everyone smoking? I don't have my regular crew on. I can put on the show. Yo, where's Gio? Where's Jeremy? Yeah, I moved a while ago. Is what it is. This is my tent. I'm on a roof. It's a tent. Yeah, the Tempest is a good cigar. It's not really that strong. If you're looking for more spiciness, you have to look for. But see, that's the thing. Like, if a cigar doesn't have the spice you want, that's not the cigar's fault. The cigar is always going to have what it has. So that's why you want to know the blend, and then et cetera, et cetera. Um, you know, uh, but that's why it's nice to try new stuff. Um, that's a strong, enjoyable, dirty, earthy cigar. I can't stress that enough. All right, enjoy yourself. He's smoking your confradia. You confradia. This guy. This guy. Nobody cares. Here's what it is. Make sure you stay strapped. Can't stress that enough. Here's what it is. Great brand though, great construction. Um, Look, it's not a smooth cigar. It's a sledgehammer. It's just going to blow through the walls. Though. If you're in that mood, if you know what I'm talking about, if you like Padron 1000, 2000 Maduros and the regular naturals, which are some girls, um, you're going to like this cigar. If you just enjoy cigars that are not finessed, and you can get these things for what $3 on the internet. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, what's up, brother? Where the hell are you?
What's going on?
You like in a Roman tent? What is
I've
this?
been under the gazebo in the backyard.
Oh man, when did you do that?
I've had it up. I put it up every summer.
Oh, I didn't see it last time.
Gets hot back here. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. See, and you talk shit about that, but dude, that's an enjoyable, heavy cigar with a lot of potency. That if you want to age it for another year or two, you could, but it's ready out the box, and I think you get a lot for it, and it's stupidly cheap. Like the money you save on that versus smoking anything else, Cubans or Padrones, like you're talking about, you could put gas in your car for the month. Like that's a big thing. It's really,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? You buy a box of that versus Patron, you got $300 extra money. That's gas for the month on a car. Like that's a lot of money. I'm not saying it's better than the Padron 26. I'm just saying if someone was saying, "Fuck, I want to switch money around," or you know what, I'm just going to enjoy some mid tiers right now. I wouldn't even consider that a high mid tier. It kind of resets the palate because it's good to you'll appreciate your high end cigars more when you smoke more mid tiers. What do you think about that?
Afford to, you know, smoke a $20, $30 cigar every day. So this is right though. It's a little rough. This is my second one cigar. I think it'll smooth out with some time for sure.
It Like I said, out the box, I think it's more smoother than like a Padron 1000, but only by a little bit. At the same time, if that's the case, I mean, you get them for $6 at the store. What'd you pay a 5 pack for? $20? Are we getting a bad connection? Are you on the Wi-Fi? I mean, make sure you're on the. Okay, make
You were
sure you're on the
breaking up
Wi-Fi.
for a
We're getting a
second
bad
there.
connection. Are you Wi-Fi or not Wi-Fi? Maybe you're outside. You can't be Wi-Fi. Yeah, check that out. All right, that's better.
All right, shut off the
Yes,
Wi-Fi.
when you're
Let's see.
outside and you're with me, it needs
Yeah.
more than that. If you're right by the house, it's different. Now check it
Mm,
out. How much did you pay for that
mm.
5 pack? $15?
I got I think I got a 10 pack. I think it was $30. Yeah,
At
30 to
that
40
point, it's
bucks.
stupid. And you're
Yeah,
you're in New York City. You
yeah.
can't go to a store
I
and get
got
a White Owl for
yeah.
$3. So I mean, come on. You know what I'm
No, it's a
saying?
joke.
So when you
Yeah,
think about that, it really is a gift because if General Cigars stopped making all their stuff like that and just copied everyone else and just said, you know what, everything's $15, $20, deal with it. They could, and then what? So like it is really a gift. It's a stupid price, $3. You can't buy a pack of cigarettes,
can't buy anything.
and you can't even buy a gallon of gas, a gallon of milk. I never, so cigars like that. Let me predict this because things are going to get worse. Stock up on cigars like that. And those could be your fill cigars and have like still, maybe you want steak, but tonight you can have cheeseburger and you're going to have a good time, you know?
Yeah.
And
So I'm sitting on that Monty, the was it the 50th anniversary?
That's the best Monte Cristo.
I'm sitting on that one. I'm gonna smoke that soon.
Make sure you dry it out because that tobacco is really thick.
All right, I'll leave it out for a day or so.
Yeah, because you don't want that. You really want to catch the nuances. And if it's wet, if it's not, because Monty's generally packed pretty tight, you don't want to get a bad draw. And if the tobacco's not igniting right, it's such a delicious cigar. There's so much craftsmanship goes into that blend. When I say that's the best Monte Cristo, I've had what? How many different kinds of Monte Cristos? 20. There's so many on the non-Cuban side. I'm sorry. I was, uh, on the Cuban side, we're going to start calling Cubans non-Nicaraguans.
Not
So,
Nicaraguans.
but in that case, that you're smoking, that's a Honduran, I think. But anyways,
Yeah.
we got to find a new word. You know what I'm saying?
Not New World cigar. Yeah.
No,
But we don't like New World either.
I think New World's a stupid name because all the tobacco's made in the same world. When you really think about it, right? All the tobacco of the world comes from the same world. So it's kind of like I don't understand that concept. Like when people say I like Cuban or I like Dominican cigars, I like all cigars. I
Yeah.
wish Cuban cigars were cheaper, and not in this climate right now. I wish Fuentes were more available. There's a lot of things we could wish for, but if we took all those factors out, I just like cigars. Just like I like women, right? Well, let's say you're on the island of Greece and there's beautiful women, and you go, but I only like, I don't know, Swiss women. And you're like, yeah, but you're going to have to change it up. The main thing is you like women, right? And you're like, yeah, well, unless if you want to die alone, it's kind of, not to say this, well, it is the same thing, but they just dance a little differently. That's it.
Yeah. So I just want to make clear that I get a rap for being the Cuban cigar snob and all
Yeah,
that
but
shit.
that's
But
that's kind of like your shtick. So, that's,
okay, good. But I was smoking everything but Cubans for 10 years before I even got into Cuban cigars. And even when I did get into Cuban cigars, I was still smoking all the other stuff. So it's not the case at all. You see now, I smoke anything.
yeah,
Good cigars are good cigars.
yeah,
My point
yeah,
is don't close yourself off to Cuban cigars because you think that they're all fake, that you can't get them, that they all have shit draw. It's not true. We've watched you. How many Cuban cigars have you enjoyed on the show? A lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
I
all.
only had one, I think one that was a bad draw.
Yeah.
That's, it is what it is. The difference, here's the difference, though. I mean, for me, see, you have the connection there, and people do it. How much are we talking about if I just want to have 5 Cuban cigars? What are we talking about? But I mean, I'm not talking about Cohiba because on the Cuban side, Cohiba is just stupidly priced. Like, I mean, can I get $10 cigars?
They're going to be on the small size, but $100 for 5 cigars, something like that. Listen, anybody on the channel, any of the guys in the group, I've already done it for guys in the chat. We don't talk, we haven't advertised it, but I can get Cuban cigars for anybody. It's not a problem. I put together a sampler for one guy. So another guy got a box. It's not up to me to say who's buying what. That's their business. But it's not a hard thing for anybody to get. If you want a hundred
Here's
dollar
the
sample,
difference,
I'll
though.
get it for you. You want a $200 sample, I'll get it for you. You want a $300 sample, I'll
You
get it
have a
for you.
whole team that can validate. The regular,
Absolutely.
you're not in the same boat. If regular Joe Smo just goes on the internet, he might get duped, even if he's
Right.
paying the price too. So it's what I'm saying is if that aspect was gone, and let's say construction and availability and price was the same, and then they'd be like, "Well, I would just smoke everything." But I guess those high risk factors makes a lot of people, and the fact of faith, which does happen. But with you guys have ways of validating. But what I'm saying is, I think there's a relief of pressure when you smoke non-Cubans, and
It's
you're
way
like,
easier.
I don't have to worry about fakes.
It's way easier. There's
Yeah.
a learning curve that comes with Cuban cigars, but that's where I started. My nephew brought me back a box of Cohiba from fucking Cuba. I told him exactly where to go buy
Wouldn't
it.
you wish
He
it
bought them
wasn't
from
that?
someone else, and it was fake.
Yeah, but wouldn't you wish it wasn't that way?
I wish
Wouldn't
that
you?
we can go and walk into a store, yeah, and have a selection of everything. Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's
So,
never going to happen. But
but let's take Cuban cigars. That's living proof of why like gun control doesn't work. Because Cuban cigars was cigar control. Hey, Americans, you can't buy Cuban cigars anymore. We can't sell them over here. And look at all the black market and fake Cubans and real Cubans, but are fake as well. Because like there's fake shit Cubans, there's real Cubans, but they're fake as advertised, and then there's the real Cubans, and then super gouging, etc. If Cuban cigars were just available on Cigar International, all that shit would be over.
well, I have several websites that sell legit Cuban cigars that'll
Yeah,
ship them right to your house, and they'll
yeah,
guarantee delivery.
correct. But then you're still not talking about price, though. You know, how
Right,
much we
but they're the price. They're not websites that are gouging. It's the actual price, and it is what it is.
No, I agree with you. I'm not saying they don't make good cigars, but what I'm saying is, even at that price, are you telling me, well, is the average Cuban cigar you're talking about there in Robusto Toro going for what, 20, 30, $40 a piece?
No, $16 to $23.
Okay, that's not that bad.
It's not that crazy. Listen, it used to be great because like a Partagas D4 is a Partagas Robusto. I think you've smoked that cigar,
I've smoked it
or or
a lot.
so that cigar used to be 12, $13 when I first started. This is years ago. Now it's a $20 cigar, $22 cigar. So that's what sucks about it, the price increase. But it's not like it's not $40. It's not $50 for a Cuban. That's just not true unless you're buying a Cohiba or something, that has a lot of age on it. As Cuban cigars age, they become more valuable. It's just the way it is,
Yeah. But like I
you know.
said, you have more peace about it because you have all this experience and you have this you and your team behind it and make you have all your validated sources. But regular Joe Schmo, the whole world is trying to fuck him when they like humans. Whether it's the guy at the beach or the guy outside the factory or whatever, or even like I said, there's been legitimate stores selling, fakes, and getting caught and then not fessing up to it. So, um, I guess what I'm saying is, it's not that I hate Cuban cigar. I wish it was in its truest form. You get what I'm saying, though? If it wasn't copied or it wasn't, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Counterfeit or chances of counterfeit, I would be more relaxed. And if they were
Well,
equivalent. And when they say prices, well, okay, is there low tier Cubans? Is there entry level mid tier? Is there mid tier? Is there upper mid tier? Is there high end? You know what I'm saying? No, like, so in this case, these Cuban cigars have the whole spectrum as well. And if so, are those
yeah,
available?
absolutely. You can get like a Jose Piedra. It's like a $7 cigar for a Robusto. You know, Vagueros is another brand that's really nice. They come in a 16 box, a tin box. They're like 12 bucks, $13 now a piece. They're excellent Cuban cigars. It's not all high end stuff. There's a few lower end brands. There's machine rolled. There's short filler hand rolled. There's a lot of variations to it. It just takes a little. It takes a lot of learning to. But my point is, guys in the chat, guys who follow the channel, guys in our group, they have access to me, and I can't tell you how many guys I've gotten cigars,
Okay.
friends, and
No,
and
but
all this. It's
if people wanted to reach you on your Facebook, how do they do that?
They would have to friend me on Facebook because the group is private. So I would have to invite them to the group.
Uh,
So if they
do you
become
want?
friends with me, then I can invite them.
So some guy just asked, but I don't want to advertise your Facebook account here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you,
If he's your friend, tell him to send me a friend request, or I'll find him. Whatever.
yeah. Well, it is what it is. I mean, well, look for Anthony on Facebook and take it from there. That's all I'm gonna
If
say.
anybody wants to reach out to Richie and get information, if you're just curious to try, listen, I'm here. I'm fine doing that. It's not a big deal.
This is a very edgy cigar. Um, to me, the cigar can be enjoyed, but you have to get the mindset on this kind of cigar. It's the kind of cigar like if your boss says, "Hey, you want some overtime on Saturday?" Like, yeah, but what kind of work is it? He goes,
Yeah.
"It's hot," and so you got to say, like saying this like so if you're in the mood for like something like against the grain, and edgy and dirty, and it's not going to be a smooth, fun, easy ride with a cigar, then you're going to love it. If you want a cigar that's just like every time, like, oh shit, like everything about it, it's still enjoyable even though it's so dirty. So I think it's at the borderline. If it was any dirtier, it'd feel like a cheap cigar. But like it's at the point where like now, if you let this sit for 2 years, I think it would be really something great. I've never had an aged Masterblends 3 because in reality, I think they're so young to get the prices really low because these cigars are dirt cheap. I mean, if you have you ever bought a Masterblends 3?
Oh, I've had a lot of those. Yeah, I like the Churchill size.
Dirt cheap, right?
Yeah, they're cheap. They're good
And
cigars. I like them.
they're strong. They're earthy, like
Yeah.
really twisty. Um, but I enjoy them though if you have the right mindset. I
Can I
actually,
just address
yeah,
la 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 guys? Dragland is asking about Cohiba Bahike. So that's a very hard cigar to get simply because they don't make a lot of them. They don't have unlimited tobacco to make a lot of them. So if you go on a website and you can order as many Cohiba Bahike as you want, it's that's the first sign that it's total bullshit. Even in my group, we get a box come through, you know, once a month or so. They're incredibly hard to get. So if you ever someone has unlimited amount, this and that, the cheap price, it's complete bullshit.
and that doesn't mean it's not a Cuban cigar. It just means it's not. It could be a
Yeah,
Cuban cigar with a
it's
fake.
probably a farm. It's probably a farm roll. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Have you ever gotten fakes but still enjoyed the cigar?
So we had a scandal in another group um, where a guy was getting boxes of Cohiba Bahike years ago, and what we realized is that on a bunch of on some of the boxes they had the same serial number on them, and it turned out to be a complete scam. But we went on a cigar cruise, and he brought a box, and he was just like, "Here, smoke a couple, smoke a couple." We smoked the whole box, and they were really good cigars, completely fake. They weren't not Cohiba Bahike, but it was still okay. But when you're spending a lot of money, you want the real thing.
Yeah,
But I haven't had my hands on, fakes really personally. That when I had a box come back from Cuba, my nephew bought before I knew anything about Cubans. By the time it got back, just by looking at the packaging, I knew it was fake, and I threw them in the garbage.
you were that pissed, huh?
The thing is, you don't know what you're smoking. Like we've had guys unwrap fakes, and there's fucking rocks in there, hair, you know, floor sweepings. So you don't know what's going to be in that cigar. They don't give a shit. They put anything in there, fucking sell it to some tourist. They don't give a shit. I mean, we've had guys dissect these cigars. It's disgusting what's in there.
That's dangerous.
Strings.
That's we got to figure. At the end of the day, when they sweep up, someone's pulling that shit out of the garbage, and they can resell it as
Yeah.
Cuban cigar.
So guys buy fakes. They're like, oh shit, I bought these fakes. And like, oh, I can smoke them and I'll smoke them anyway. Well, be careful with that.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and for that alone, right? You understand why then guys are like, well, fuck it, I'm just not going to. And it's nothing about they don't like Cuban tobacco. You know what I'm saying? No, that's one of the main factors is worry about the fakes. So not just the money, but the safety. The other thing is, you get guys that say, well, Cubans aren't strong. And nobody's making like AJ Fernandez cigars in the Cuban market, right? No one's making like, you know, ridiculously dark strong. You know what I'm saying? There's no Camacho Triple Maduro. There's no Master Blends 3. There's no Padron 64 Maduro on the Cuban side counterpart. Is there or no?
No. The strongest Cuban cigars
Oliva.
a media a blower, but it's not a kick your ass cigar at all. It's not even close to like a Padron or something full strength, full body. But the thing about Cuban cigars, in my opinion, is if you have a really nice aged Cuban cigar, the flavor, the aroma, it's really really unique and outstanding. So I
It
think
has,
it's worth.
your
the
mind
time to.
can feel a difference. And if all the tobacco's from an area you don't normally have, when you smoke it, your mind's like, what's going on here? So it is not just like, but at the same time, just like cigars for the rest of the world are unique too. But as Americans, we're constantly not getting Cubans at the store. So I can see the mistake of when you smoke Cubans, it's the forbidden fruit, or just the one you can't have normally. So I get that. But there's a lot of factors to me for that.
I
I
would say
guess I'm
right now, even myself, I'm not buying many Cuban cigars now because I'm not into paying like a 30 to 50% hike in the price of cigars I was paying for a certain price previously. It sucks.
got up, right? But you're a regular guy. You have a nice
Yeah.
life. But I mean, here's the thing: has your cost gone up? Your insurance, your gas, your taxes, your electric, your gas for your car, your food, right? All that went up. So as a regular guy, you might say, "Yeah, I normally would buy Cuban sticks for $20, $25." You might say, "I need to chill out a little bit because my costs have gone up astronomically." Everyone has less money now than they did 2 years ago. If you're a regular guy, because inflation. So let's just say you're making 150 grand. 2 years ago, if you were making 100 grand, you were doing better. And I can't stress that enough. I mean, rent, everything has gone to the roof. Everything. Toll. Look at how much you're paying in tolls. In New York City, the tolls. I mean, it's nuts. It's nuts. You know. So it's. I guess if you could find cigars you can still enjoy, and control the cost. Well, that's how it's. Sometimes it's not how much you make; it's how much you keep. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think was that phrase can't always get what you want, but you can get what you need. Well, what's wrong with smoking seabed cigars most of the time, getting solid mid tier brands or maybe some upper mid tier brands like Oliva, but at a stupid price? Who gives a shit? Yeah, so what? They came out 10 years ago, that blend. But at the end of the day, you're just smoking a cigar. Maybe you go to the lounge to pick up a new one, check what's coming out. But even if 50-50, you blended your humidor with $2-3 sticks of seabed. Like I yesterday, I smoked the Cohiba Blue. You get the Cohiba Blue for $2.50. You're having a good time, man. And like you're
It's not a
talking,
it's not a $2 cigar.
not by any means. So that's what
It's
I'm
not even
saying.
close. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a $13-14 cigar at a lounge. So it's like when you have that gift, and I'm telling you, that gift's not going to last forever. Mark my words. Anything too good, they're gonna fuck it up. Eventually, CBID, the brands are ready. A lot of the brands are not. They have and what they told me, like some of this, like before the new stuff Cleveland has. I'm sorry, General as a whole, they told CBID they're not allowed to sell below, let's say a percentage, like 50% less than MSRP. So you're never gonna see a Royale on CBID.
No.
And why is that? Because they told them if you do that, we'll pull you. We won't sell you cigars anymore. So
Well,
what
you'll
do
see that.
yeah,
Well, you'll see like Davidoff Padron on Seabed, but they're the retail price. You're not saving anything
yeah,
if
so
you
that
buy Padron. Yeah.
yeah, when I say seabed, it's like seabed. Um, so yeah, and there's a reason for that because it does hurt brands, and I get that. So what I'm saying is enjoy these cigars and stock up when you can, because eventually, I think and less in a certain brand. What they told me was it was a higher than at the STG level. We're talking about we're not talking about stop the gouge. We're talking about Scandinavian tobacco, and basically whatever they have over at CBID, like the red dot, the black, at those stupid prices, and the blue, it is what it is, and they're not going to change that for right now. But anything new, they're not going to get fucked like that. At the same time, now you kind of split your brand, so you almost are making like you have real Cubans and fake Cubans. You almost have CBID Cohibas and non-CBID Cohibas. It's all what I'm saying. No, it is a split because you might say, "Well, I enjoy the red dot, but why would I pay at the store $25?" You might say, "Oh, I enjoy the Cohiba Black, but it's $22 at the store. I buy it for $3. I don't know. I see it." So now you created a rift, and the thing is, can those brands ever last forever? Because and my point is, the real store pricing and the MSRP on boxes is what is subsidizing those cheap CBID prices. They couldn't stay in business selling those for $3. But if they
No.
sell 5 million cigars a year over here and they dump 100,000 cigars over here for nothing because they have leftovers, who gives a shit, right? So, but my point is, they couldn't if everyone stops buying on the internet boxes and stops buying at the store, Seabit's over. You know what I'm saying though? So as far as the higher end cigars,
Yeah.
that's like getting the scraps off the table, in a good way, And so who knows how long that's going to last? Fuente doesn't do it. Fuente, and there's no. You're not even going to get a Queen Bee. You're not even going to get a Hemingway at a better price. It's done.
No, no.
It's not allowed.
The only thing you can get at a cheap price is the whatchamacallit, the what's the little cheap one, the cheapest one.
Curly head.
Yeah, that's the only one you can
There you go.
get. That's it.
So it is what it is. So in a way, once again, a brand like General's giving you a gift, and Altadas too, because you can get some. Now you're not going to get the Monte Cristo 50th. You're not going to get the Espadas or the Epics. You know what I'm saying? No, but all the stuff they mass produce, it doesn't mean it's bad because they mass produce at
But
all.
the classic, you can get a shitload of those cheap as hell.
And those are great cigars. I
Huh?
see those at lounges for $20, and is it worth it? Well, it's a great cigar, so it's like the thing is though, if you were getting Ashley VSGs for $2, and you go back to the store, it's $20. You're like, well, was it worth it? Well, that's the MSRP. It's a great cigar, but once again, those companies can't stay in business if it was CBIT only at the $2 price. They could not. They couldn't sustain that. So it's almost like a bakery. Whatever they sell, and then maybe at the end of the day, the last hour, the last half hour, they just like, all right,
Yeah.
70% off before we throw it out. And
Right.
that's if you time it right, but you're never going to get the new stuff on CBIT at that price, and you're not going to get anything from like the Series M Cohiba, never. The newer Partagas, like you like, the expensive one, no. Ducatus, no. The Legend, no. Not at that price. Not at $2. So I think they made a deal with the devil, and they may still make a lot of money off of selling their extras, and they wouldn't admit to as far as well, why are most of them going in the box, but then the ones I see on CBID, on the 5 packs, some have cosmetic flaws that I don't normally see. They wouldn't admit to that, and that's fine. Of course, they're not going to tell you, oh, we have 2 tiers. But anytime you have handmade products, the best shit's going to go in the box. That's my opinion. What do you think about that? Because don't they grade cigars on better brands? They grade them, right? You know?
They definitely grade them, but I don't know the process of what winds up in those 5 packs. Like you see I put up a picture of the Cofredias I got. Did you see how they came with the 5 pack wrapped in the cellophane, and it had the Bolivar bands wrapped around the whole thing? So that's coming straight from General Cigar like that. I mean,
So
CBID's not
the factory
dressing them up.
maybe you don't have a box, it's cheaper shipping, or everything. Right? Maybe that's part of the factor too, right? I don't know. I mean, I guess whether you buy one cigar out of a box or the whole thing, everyone's paying for that box and the shipping of that box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say that box costs them $10 to make, and you have 20 cigars. Every cigar has to have 50 cents on it just to help pay for that box, and then shipping. It's more weight. So I mean, that's if you're just being, you get what I'm saying. So I think there's a lot of factors. I think 5 packs are great. I think if you can get any cigar cheaper without a box, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Good shit. You're gonna smoke them before you know it anyway. So you're just gonna throw the box out usually.
I'm dropping this ash. I'm dropping this ash.
Hey, so I ordered some of those new Partagas that came out. They should be here early next week. Was it Verde? The green label on them.
Which one?
The newest Partagas. It just came out. Just shipped out beginning of July.
I haven't smoked it yet. The one you smoked?
No, this is brand new. You haven't smoked it yet. It just came out this month.
That the Mexican San Andreas?
Yeah. That's the one.
Well, I guess I'll have to wait for General to send it to me.
Yeah, I'll do a review of it on the Stupid channel, the Stupid Place channel. I'll do a review.
They said they're sending me a whole bunch of the new stuff. Um, and,
That
and
should be in there.
and here's the thing: Partagas is under Forge now. I really like what they did because I feel like they put all the brands that not saying they weren't doing well, but some weren't doing well. Some didn't exist. Some were new, like Boulevard in a sense. Stuff that needs more attention, and I feel like by separating it, they have blenders and reps and guys like Joe having people new concepts to invite some new blood into old stuff. And I think Partagas fell by the wayside for a while. They had some winners like the Legend, but I think the classic Partagas line has been stale for a while. It's been you got you had the regular Partagas, the Forte, and you had the fucking Black.
The black,
What
yeah,
for 20 years? And there's nothing wrong
yeah,
with those cigars, but if you want to stay relevant, you can't just change the band and here you go. Like you know what I'm saying? You got to stay with the market and see what the people want. And also, I mean, as a brand, I feel like you should release something once a year, even if it's just a cigar, the same cigar in a new size. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of stimulate it. It didn't have to be that way 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Like when my father or your father or our grandfather smoked cigars, they could like, yeah, I smoked Macanudo until I died. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a different time back then. You know what I'm saying, though?
yeah.
Like,
I know. Even when I first started smoking cigars, it was the same cigars on the shelf, month after month, year after year for a while. So all these boutique brands started picking up, and then you gotta adapt and you gotta put out some new exciting stuff, to keep up.
yeah, but also the internet. The internet has changed everything because people look up reviews, the cigar aficionado reading reviews, not only the book but online, and then YouTube reviews. Like so, and even just it creates buzz, and that's it stimulates the brand, and it's just like exercise. The more you stimulate the muscle, the more they stay strong, the more they move. So if you can't just do the same exercise over and over again. Um, I think they're smart what they're doing. Boulevard is going places. Partagas looks like it's improving. Um, Even the chili mousse has increased because when the chili mousse first came out, I didn't like it. That the new Connecticut chili mousse was actually a really good high value, like $4 Connecticut, like, and that was a store price, not even internet price. Like that is stupid. Imagine going to a store and it's like, oh, I wonder if this Connecticut's any good for $4 in a lounge. I'm telling you, it wasn't bad. It should be, it could have been around $10, and you wouldn't know the difference. I'm not saying it's a Zeno for 20 or 30, but like so that's once again that's another gift. It didn't taste dirty. It didn't taste edgy, like really grassy, like a young Connecticut. So they're giving you some shit that like if people have eyes to see, they'll appreciate it. Most everyone else, bro, I'm telling you, everything is $15, $20 brand new, no matter what it is. I mean, and Rocky Patel now, everything Rocky's making $30. There you go, it's $30 cigar. I'm like, all right. So Rocky Patel wants to be David off now, and I can tell you right now, he's dude, who's going to be buying these $30 Rocky Patels? I'm not.
Some guy who walks into a lounge and doesn't know better, and says, "Oh, what's good?" And the guy says, "Yeah, buy these." I mean, who's gonna do that?
It's. I think it's a stupid concept. Especially I can understand maybe a limited release. They want to try something better than normal, but to have regular releases and just to say, you know what, we're a luxury brand now. I mean, you look at Padron since the '70s, where they have 1000s, and then when did the '64 come out? '90s or late '90s or 2000? When did the '64 come out?
Oh, I don't know. It's been around a long time.
2 years. Okay, ready? What is 2 years right now? Um, if this year the '96 came out, the father would have been '96. The '64 would have came out. Well, it depends how they look at it. '64, I think, is when he came to America. Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he was born in 1926.
Born in 26. Yeah, so that must be when he came to. It must
Yeah,
has to be when he came to America. Yeah.
yeah. So '64 wasn't the year he was making. So '64 is dedicated to when I think came to America
Hmm.
during the Cuban Revolution.
So what I decided to do is, after you had your friend on from General Cigar, is what I decided to do is I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna go through every cigar from every brand that they have. I'm gonna start with Partagas and smoke all the Partagas, go through all the Monte, and just go and just slowly go through every single cigar that they have, just to just for fun.
Try that. Try the Macanudos. So you need to try the
Yeah.
Macanudo. That is a strong cigar. Really great cigar. The Macanudo 1968 under the radio, under the radar. Maybe it's been out 15 years, 10 years, over 10 years. And the '68, nobody cares about. Nobody cares about. I mean, it sells, but nobody gives a shit. And I don't know why that has no buzz. That cigar, you smoke a 68, man, you're gonna have. I promise you, on this channel, you're gonna have a good time. That is a solid blend. Um, and then so is the Crew Royale, the blue one I had the other day. The, Macanudo Crew Royale and Robusto. Like these are really good blends, and like you can go on Seabed and get them for nothing. So it is what it is. You know,
How's the Upman Reserve that I bought that I posted a picture of? Have you smoked that? It's like a brown label
that's,
on it.
that's the classic. Think I think I just got one. If that's the same one, and if it's the class, I can tell you this: if it's a classic H. Upman that's not under AJ or someone else, they're going to be very smooth. They're going to be really mellow, very oily, very creamy. And if you get a smaller size, you'll pick it up a little bit. But classic H. Upmans, that's from an era where I don't want to say lazy, but very chill cigars. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I
If
got
you go,
Churchill's.
yeah, if you go with the newer H. Upmans, they're insane. That's a company I've seen change night and day. They let AJ Fernandez destroy that brand and rebuild it because the AJ Fernandez 175 almost killed me, and the H. Upman Heritage can kill you. The Heritage is very dark. When I say very dark and strong, I'm talking like 90% darkness and like full strength the entire time. So if you want that kind of party, H. Upman has changed under AJ. So when people say, "Well, what is the brand about?" They've changed. I mean, a lot. Like it's kind of like when a guy goes through a midlife crisis. When he buys a motorcycle and a shotgun. H. Upman is the one you got there is classic H. Upman, which is still available. But anything under AJ, watch out. Like the Heritage is like stupid dark and stupid strong. It's enjoyable, but like it's the same thing he did to the Monte Cristo 1935. The AJ one. Um, they went full AJ, and I kind of respected that they went against the grain to reinvigorate those brands for the newer crowds. You know,
Are the Platinums any good, Monty's?
they're
They're
enjoyable.
always they're
They're,
always cheap.
they're cheap, especially on the internet. Don't pay full price at the lounge. They're enjoyable. I think
Seabed always has them.
they're semi unique. Interesting profile, although it's a little lackluster, I'd say, but it's a good cigar. Like you can enjoy it. Try them in a smaller size, um, but it's not going to blow you away. I think I like the classics, but then when they went to they started going with Placencia with the Romeo. It's still Octavius, that's Romeo, and then they had the Epics and the Espadas. If you're not messing with the Espadas, the Epic Yellow was the best. It was a yellow one, and it said 2006, I think, Nicaragua. The yellow Monte Cristo, which was made by Placencia. So it'll come 10 count box or 11 count box, and it says Epic. The yellow one, the original, was the best. That one, that blend, and I wasn't even asking you, but it was stronger than a regular Monte. If you can see them on Seabed, get them. But the Espadas by Placencia are stupid. The regular Espada, it tastes like a stronger Don Carlos, a fantastic cigar. Um, you can almost call that cigar like a poor man's Don Carlos Personal Reserve. And then if you want the Espada Escurio, that's almost full AJ, but not, but it's very sweet though. I mean, tons of fig, that kind of like dark fruit and charred wood. So the Espada Escurio will blow your mind. And you're talking $14 in a lounge. So you could probably get them on Seabed for $9 a stick. That's stupid. And that cigar is up there with Forte because it's a Placencia cigar. That's not a bad cigar. I mean, the Placencia Monte Cristo Espada Escurio, it's a gift. That cigar is so much better than the price point, and no buzz. And I'm not trying to create false buzz. Like, oh, guys, I try to let guys know about cigars that are really great that you probably forgot to smoke. Or you're like, well, who cares? It is what it is.
It's hard to get around to everything unless someone points them out to you. That's why I love watching a channel because it's always something new.
Richie put in a lot of work, bro.
Yeah,
I put in a lot of work. It really
You know,
has.
don't forget. I go back to the days where there was no live. It was just review. That's how we got to know each other. It was just when you were doing reviews.
Before I deleted everything, I had 1,550 videos.
Yeah,
So I think I know what I'm talking about. Like a lot of shit, you know. And what I realize is that a lot of cigars fall into just a good category. They're enjoyable, but slam bam, thank you, ma'am, one hit wonder, not worth doing again. So when I recommend something, or when I come back to something, I don't recommend anything I don't want to come back to. I come back to the Espada, both of them. So if I come back to it, like that means there's still so many things I have to do, but it's worth coming back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's you can take it or leave it. And it's always gonna be that guy, Richie, you're an asshole. I didn't like that cigar. Or, I had a bad draw. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to fucking tell you. You're probably not fresh. That's what it is, you know.
Also, my birthday is next week, so I splurged for a real heavy duty cigar. The Davidoff Royal Release.
Nice.
I got the big fucker, the
Tell him.
Salamones. Yeah,
Would you pay?
115.
That's very reasonable for that cigar.
Yeah, normal price.
Right? Is that okay? What you need to do is not smoke cigars the day before. Get a clean,
Mm,
get a really clean palate. Like take the day off before. No cigars. Just skip one day, and you're gonna have a better experience on that. You know what I'm saying? No,
all right.
that's
Yeah.
a high caliber cigar. Make sure you let it out for a little bit too, if you could, because it's so humid where you're at. You can smoke it outside,
It's been disgusting. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke it outside.
but 100% humidity like you're at now, that's gonna be tough. So make sure you compensate on the cigar, dry it out a little bit. You know? But it is what it is. Yeah, you don't have like a garage, like AC garage, or no?
No, 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 no. I'm outside.
Yeah. Well, you're still gonna enjoy it, man.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just
you know,
something I have to try. You know.
you gotta try. For a birthday, especially. I mean, at that point, then prices doesn't matter if it's a birthday present. Who cares?
Yeah, yeah.
You celebrate.
I have a Behike I might smoke. That's from 2016. I have a couple of crazy Cubans, maybe. I have a reserve, uh, Hoya de Monterey Reserva cigar I might smoke. So we'll see, but definitely the Royal Release is getting smoked.
Yeah, smoke that one. I would smoke that one first. I would fuck that. Uh, Royal Reserve, I've had it. Royal Release, I've had it twice, and what a fantastic. The second time I had it, I had almost an out of body experience. Like I'm not even joking. This never happened to me before in a cigar. Um, I was smoking it, and it was the first cigar of the day. I was at my friend's house, and he gave it to me. Um, my body went numb, numb. Literally like limp. It was hard for me to pick my hand up and smoke. And I don't know if who's that guy from the Jello? The guy who went to prison for
Who?
the guy from the Jello commercial.
Jello?
He had that TV
Oh,
show.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I don't know if Bill Cosby put something in my cigar. You know what I'm saying? But dude, my body went limp. Every puff, I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm not joking. And I think what it is. I was in a state of euphoria. I was in a complete state of euphoria of how good that cigar was in
Yeah.
Salomon.
Yeah, I remember you always saying that, so it's like I gotta try the cigar. I have to try at least once.
Yeah, yeah, enjoy that. At least I hope you do. Now, once again, I can't imagine up like David off changing the quality of that cigar over the past like 5 years. Like you know what I'm saying? No, I can't imagine when I had it 5 years ago. They made it worse.
They don't mess around, Davidoff. It's always, there's no Davidoff that I dislike, you know,
No,
until price comes into it, But
but it's not. You're not just paying for tobacco with Davidoff. Everything from the quality control to the grade of the cigar. Um, don't they like hand check every cigar? It's just, and anything that's not perfect, they destroy it. They
There's a
crush.
great video. Yeah, there's a great video on YouTube that if you're a cigar guy, you have to watch the Davidoff YouTube video. It's like an hour and change long. I think it's fucking incredible. Like what they how the process. They show you everything from
You know, they only
planting the seeds.
first.
Crazy.
So if they're making a cigar with Cuban seed tobacco, once they plant that in the Dominican Republic, and that yield comes out, obviously it's not Cuban tobacco, it's Cuban seed and Dominican grown, right? It's a Cuban father and a Dominican mother, right? But now any seed in that plant would be more Dominican than Cuban, right? You know what I'm saying? No, because it'd be a hybrid, right?
Yeah,
They don't use those seeds ever. So every seed they use is pure Cuban seed grown, you know, if it's Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is added cost because they could have saved those seeds and reused them for something else, right? They don't. So and even then they breed the tobacco. I forget was something like I I'm gonna screw this part up. I remember seeing this part where like they make sure that the plants they have in the field they can't cross pollinate or no one could like if the seed somehow flew in the air or whatever the heck it was, no one could ever take that and reuse it and and copy this about. It was a whole like scientific process, and I'm like, that
yeah.
is much work, and that's why you have the price.
Yep.
And cigars done. Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is with that. I mean, I think the David of Nicaragua is the best David off pound for pound, $20, and that's really reasonable um, for that level of cigar. Have you had that cigar?
Yeah, I've had a bunch of the was it Diadema?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great cigar. I like the Amasa. I like the other one too, the Brazilian one. I like them all.
The Escurio, yeah. Um, it is what it
But I
is.
smoked one Davidoff that I won. It was Davidoff Special B that's discontinued like I don't know 10 years ago or something, 15 years ago. It's like a Corona sized cigar. It's the best Davidoff I ever had. It's not even close. And I went searching for them, and you just can't find them. Nobody has them. They're just gone, gone. I've been searching for years and completely impossible to find. I don't know why they discontinued the fucking thing. It was incredible.
Who knows why decisions happen? Um, and a lot of brands, even Davidoff is not immune to this. A lot of brands don't make smaller sticks. Davidoff makes smaller sticks on their white side, on the the white label.
Yeah,
Go to like the darker cigars, Nicaragua, you're not really gonna find like Petite Corona or Lancero. Like it's
yeah,
Gusto.
yeah.
They used to have Gordos. Um, even the Dominicano is a big fat cigar. So what the guys told me is just the bigger cigars, Robusto it up is what sells. And
Yeah.
I mean, look, even Padron made a 60, a 4x60. So that's like blasphemous, right? So I mean, but the market, I hate to say it, if people want bigger cigars, you're going to see bigger cigars.
Listen, the American market even affected the Cuban market because so many of the Cuban cigars got fatter. A lot of the Cuban new releases got fatter, and the Cuban snobs are like, "What? Fucking Americans, ruining ruining Cuban cigars." Because now they're starting to put out 54 gauge, 56 gauge, and it
55,
was never like that,
the Monte Cristo 80th was the first 55 Cuban.
Right. So it was always smaller cigars, ring gauge, typically.
Yeah. Well, but also I think it's different too. If you look in Europe, a lot of those places, I'm not sure if it changed, but you used to be able to have your cigar at what you dessert or something like that. So you light up a little Corona or Petite Corona.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to light up a Toro 6x56, but you're not going to have time. You know what I'm saying? They're like, sir, we have.
Mhm.
It is what it is. Um,
I'm looking forward to that Padron Fuente cigar. It's supposed to come out in October.
Which
I
one?
mean, the collaboration.
Oh,
They made
yeah,
a
I know.
Fuente Padron.
It's still not out yet.
No, it's not out yet. I read October. You know, I know it's gonna be hard to get a couple and expensive, but I mean, you have to try the fucking thing.
How much you talking about? $100?
Oh God, I hope not. I'm thinking like to snag a single somewhere, probably 50, $60. I would say it's
Well,
probably, hopefully, you know.
if people are selling rare pinks for 60, $70, that cigar is gonna. You get ready for the gouge. That gouge is sitting there like.
Hopefully, some decent shop, some honest shops get some and sell whatever they get at the actual retail price. It's possible. I'm hoping. I'm trying to be optimistic, but I'm talking about online, some good online shops.
Look at Richie's face.
You're holding the smoke.
No, I'm holding the gouge. It's gonna. There's no way that the first. Look what the first Fuente with Nicaragua. The first Padron Fuente.
Imagine that.
It's. I don't care if it sucks. It's gonna sell out. It's gonna be highly collectible.
But it comes in a beautiful box and everything. So that's my concern is, are people gonna break it up? Or are you just gonna have? Or is the only option gonna be buy a whole fucking box, which is not gonna be a possibility.
Just relax, knowing that there is not going to be an option. And
Maybe Sacco could buy a whole box and and sell
that
them at retail to the whole.
being grace. That is our only
Yeah,
chance.
that's it.
Sacco is our last hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Savior for the middle class.
I mean, with all the money he saves on t-shirt on shirts, he could afford anything he wants.
Man, when Nick said that, Nick went to the dome for that. That was fun. But he's got such a great sense of humor. He came back the next day. He said, "Oh, I got a shirt. I went to the Lost and Found." Oh, Sacco was
The
such a
smoke, the smoke came shooting out of my mouth through my nose when he said that.
yeah, yeah. Oh, he's so funny, man. When he's not on, I miss. I literally miss him when he's not here. Like,
Listen, he's by far the best guest that you have. I mean,
even when I have,
fucking guy.
even when I have guests on, when he's in the comments, it's like a horse without a saddle. He is lit. When he's in the comment section,
Yeah,
he's crazy shit. Like
it's fucking great.
he's really involved. Like, he doesn't lurk. You know what I'm saying though? Like every 30 seconds, he's making comments, and I can hear his laugh when he's comments. He just just so really he's the most involved, and I appreciate his effort. It makes it better for everyone. I can only
Yeah.
do when I do reviews different, and that's a different experience. But when we have lounge, if everyone does their part, it's a better experience. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, what do you want Richie to do? Put on a dress and lipstick? So that Masterblends 3, the cigar is going to get a 4.0. But factoring in what that cigar is, that is a good rating for that cigar. You're talking about a cigar that, internet price. I mean, without CBIT, you're talking about maybe $6. And when you factor in like CBIT pricing, $3, $2, you're getting a very strong, dark, heavy cigar at a very dangerous level of edginess, but it's enjoyable. I think if you balance that cigar by chocolate and like a nice espresso, I think it would be awesome. When you have a cigar like that that's so stupid dark and strong and heavy and really not sweet and, and dirty, if you have a nice high end quality piece of, do you ever have really good chocolate? Like expensive chocolate with like a cigar. If the cigar is already sweet, it's stupid. You don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying though? So
Hmm.
when you counter a dark, heavy, dangerous cigar like that, I think it pairs perfectly.
I just want to tell Dragland he's saying he would love to try a Cuban Lancero. So what I would say to that is the only Cuban Lancero that's still in production that
Oh,
I
you're
could
talking
think of.
Trinidad. Trinidad.
It's not really the Fundadores. It's not really Lancero. It's a little thicker, but the Cohiba Lancero is still rolled. And I could tell you, if I've smoked them, you're gonna pay through the nose for that cigar, $100 or more, and I could tell you it is not at all worth it. So don't waste your money. Don't do it.
Right off the bat, it's so
That's
funny
more.
comparing this cigar to the Masterblends 3. Same company, but obviously this one is costs more. And you're like, well, what's the difference? Well, this is still a strong cigar. The difference is this is a strong cigar that had more age on it, and it's just a better blend on top of that. The V Maduro. Have you ever had the V Maduro? Not the regular V, but the V Maduro.
I've had all the Olivas, yeah.
The V
But it's been a
Maduro,
while for a V Maduro.
dude, they're great. You're talking you can get these at a store for $10. That's a lot of cigar for $10 in Toro, and like it's a really good cigar. Like there's times where actually I like the V Maduro better than the Milano V Maduro. It depends on my mood. Like the V Maduro to the V Milano Duro is exactly like the 64 and the 26 Padron. One you save a little money, a little stronger, a little edgier than the higher end one. Depends on your mood. So
Even the Melanio, it's been a while since I smoked one, so that's another cigar I have to revisit. Give those a shot again.
the whole Melanios, the V in the Melanio V series, with all the wrappers, and I think in the future we'll see another wrapper because they have no problem using the classic, sun-grown wrapper, and then they have the Maduro wrappers um, on both of them. So there's four cigars. I think eventually we could see a third wrapper. I wouldn't see why not, because if you think about it, Oliva doesn't really like releasing cigars. Oliva even said we'd rather expand the lines we have than add a line. They're very conservative, Oliva. They're very conservative. As far I'm not talking about the Oliva nubs and stuff like that. I'm talking about their higher end stuff is V and the Milano V, and then with the Maduro wrappers counterparts. So that's four cigars. Those four cigars, man, they make so many sizes. Not the V though, not the V Maduro, but the classic lines. I would like to see the Maduro V line and the Milano V Maduro lines expand, like different sizes. But I only ever get the V Maduro in Robusto. I've
They
never had
make a nice Lancero, don't they, with that
only
cigar?
in V, not the V Maduro.
V.
So,
Okay.
so I think what they'll do is they'll just it'll give us another one, you know, and I have no problem with that, of them just expanding. Look what they did with the V. Remember the one they made the 135th anniversary? Remember that one?
Oh, it comes in the fancy box, the weird shape. I just smoked that one.
It goes like they look like a rainbow in the
Like a
box.
fan. Yeah, like a fan.
It looks like a rainbow.
You know the
Um,
fan you go like this with?
it's a rainbow. It's the same shape. I get it. My point is though, I wasn't impressed with that because for more money, I was like, this is just a different size. I didn't like that size. Did you like that
But I
size?
got that. I got that at the lounge in Pennsylvania. It was $13.
Right, but it's only a V. The regular V I get for $8.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
So if you're paying more for the box on that and the shape, so and a nicer band, and there's a foot band. So it was the same, and that shape to me didn't make the cigar better.
No,
It
I
made it,
agree.
yeah. So I mean,
Harder to roll, but it didn't. It
it
was
didn't give.
just yeah.
Yeah, the classic V has its place. You're talking about an $8, $9 cigar in a lounge. Now New York City's different, but and it gives you a lot of power. It's a great stick. I think it probably be better a little time, but the V Maduro version, it doesn't need any time. The V Maduro, it completes the cigar. Um, I like it better. Do you like it better or no?
I really don't have an opinion, to be honest. I haven't smoked enough recently to really say.
I guess the only gripe I could say about Oliva is I always thought maybe eventually they would update their bands, and they're not going to. I don't think so. I think they're so. conservative with their advertising. That I don't. I think whatever it is, it is, and I respect that. The same thing with Padron. They're never going to change the 64-20. The advertisement ban. Um,
No, it's so recognized too.
no, but you can keep the same band, but just make it a little bolder. You know what I'm saying? A little more intricate.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I mean, you look at companies like E.P. Carrillo. His bands are almost opus level. Like the E.P. Carrillo's bands are stupid. Like they're really nice, and you smoke that to the nub. So what I'm just trying to say is, I mean, I think what I'm saying is with the Oliva cigars and the Padrones, they're higher end stuff. The cigars are better than the band, meaning the band level of quality doesn't match the cigar. That's my problem with that. But I'd rather have a better cigar and a worse band than a better band and a worse cigar. So I get that. But I'm just saying, for the price you're paying, you're spending $20 for a Padron 26. They could give you a nicer band. So that's my opinion. You know, but whatever. What do I know?
I got to get back to some Padrones too. I miss them. I've been trying all this other stuff, and then there's certain days where it's just like I feel like I gotta have a fucking Padron. It's like it's that cigar for me where it's like I have to have a Padron now.
But would you say that in the heat you're in with that humidity, 100 degrees, that's not good Padron smoking weather. I'd rather in the fall when it gets a little cooler. You know what I'm saying though? Like when you smoke really strong cigars in like 90, 100-degree heat, it's not so fun. Like, 'cause you're already sweating, and now you know what I'm saying though. Like I find that cigars hit me harder. When I'm sweating my stronger than any state because we're so high up.
Yeah.
If I was you sit in the Colorado sun smoke a cigar, I can't do it. You need shade. It's literally like it's blinding sun. It's just like it literally cracks windshields. The sun's so strong out here. So um, I can only smoke at night. Very now, once the cooler weather comes or a nice fall or winter day during the day, I'll smoke a cigar outside. In the sun. But I really wanted to go up to the mountains tomorrow and do a review and just pull over somewhere by myself. But I have to really plan where I can pull over, you know. And I don't want to go too far into the woods or the mountains. I don't want to get shot by a hunter by accident or have to shoot a bear because I'm not going to go there without being strapped. At the same time, it really when you go into the mountains by yourself, it's a lot more dangerous because whether it's animals or whatever the hell that's out there, every time you hear someone disappear, they're always by themselves. So I don't know whatever demonic forces are out there, because it says in the Bible there are power, there's strength in numbers. When someone's by themselves, it's a lot easier to get kidnapped by a kidnapper or maybe killed by some like demon creature out in the woods. It's just like, oh, rich.
Yeah, I don't
You know,
think anybody's kind of trying to kidnap Richie though. They're probably, I'm gonna pick somebody else today.
that guy's got big balls and a huge.
Nah, nah. Look at his hair. I'm not going near that guy.
But I would be almost offended if they didn't try to kidnap him. Like I've never had somebody try to rob Richie, like just like give the money. Like I guess when you're waiting for it to happen, it doesn't happen.
Well, that's two Bolivars down.
So what about the Grand Republica? How come you're not getting the Grand Republica?
Yeah, I just realized I gotta get some of those. I'm gonna get them. I'll get them. I gotta try those too.
Dragland was asking which Padron do I prefer? That question you can't give me answered. The 26 is the better cigar if you zoom out overall, but the 64 gives you quality in several ways. One, the 64 is cheaper than the 26. Two, and it's generally more available. The 64, I find it more available than 26. Even though the 26 is available, but the 64, I always find it. Three, the 64 is stronger. It's a little edgier than the 26, so it depends on your mood. If you're looking for more zesty spice and more heaviness, the 64 has one less year of age and it's more robust. The 26 is more complete, more classy, and that's peak Padron. The 26 Maduro is like as good as it gets when it gets to Maduro. Anything else is just like bonus. But it depends on your mood. If you want the classy Maduro, where it's still strong, but like refined, it's refined strength. If you want more raw power, I'm not saying it's a raw, edgy cigar, but it's more raw than the 26. then you're going to want the 64. I know guys that don't like the 26 and say, I like the cheaper price and the 64 stronger. And I get that, you know. So they both have their place. I kind of like how they're so close to each other in profile, but just one's younger and one's smoother, you know, and you're going to pay for the difference, you know. And not only price, but you might smoke the 60. Sometimes I smoke the 64 Maduro, and in my mind I say, man, for $4 more, I should have just got the 26. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because it depends on your mood, you know. The
I also don't
26,
like they don't make as many, sizes in the 26 as the 64 also. So the selection, the choices are way less.
if you go to a store, you're going to find it generally in that smaller size, what, the 4.5 by like 50 or something like that.
Number 35.
Yeah, or you're gonna find the number 6.
Number 9 is a popular size, like a robusto size, basically.
Well, it's long. It's like 5.5, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's close to robusto. The number 2 is a popular size. It has like the weird, like a torpedo shape almost to it. I think the number 2 has.
Yeah, but when you get to the bigger Padron 26s and 64s, the price goes up a lot.
The
It's
number
not like
1, yeah, is expensive.
yeah, it's not like so. That's the thing too with Padron. You're not gonna go from let's get a Churchill size. It'll be $5 more than robusto. No, it's gonna be double the price. You want like the biggest Padron's what $35, and where I could get the Padron 26 for 18.99 in the small size. So it is what it is.
I love the
You
80th. Like I always say, I love the 80th. That's probably my favorite, but fuck, it's expensive.
well, it used to be $20,
Yeah,
not anymore.
not anymore. The last
Not
time I went
anymore.
to a lounge in Brooklyn, I wanted like $45 for it. I said, "There's no fucking way. I'm not paying that. That's crazy. No way."
What did he say? He said you want bonus features, DVD. He said, do you agree with Richie about what? About what? What are you talking about? So I agree with Richie. I just told you I didn't prefer one over the other. 26 is the better cigar, but as far as what I prefer, depends on if I want to save some money or spend a little more money. And it depends on if I want more power. If you want more power, then just save your money and smoke the 64. If you want more refinement and more beauty, get the 26. They're both beautiful. They're both strong, but one is more beautiful and the other one's more strong. Depends what you want to do. But one is more expensive, one is cheaper. Uh,
Yeah, I think
so
Gio was saying he should have bought more of those Davidoff Lanceros, the Millennium Lanceros, and I agree. He should, as a Davidoff fanboy, he should stock up on those because those are fucking excellent.
yeah, but Gio could shut the fuck up. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I don't know if he's fresh. You know? So what are you doing this weekend?
Oh, we're taking the kids somewhere tomorrow indoors because it's going to be disgusting outside. We'll go do something fun. And I know Sunday we'll go and hang out by some pool or something like that, have a barbecue. And then I'm off for my birthday on Wednesday. We're going to go someplace, have a nice day with the kids, and go out to eat and all that.
That sounds like a good time.
And then on the weekend following, we're going to go out, me and my wife, we're going to go out for dinner for my birthday on Saturday night. And then have my family over Sunday for my sister's birthday and my birthday again. So we're gonna have a nice week-long
Yeah,
celebration.
so you should have a bunch of nice cigars lined up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I wish you the best with that. I wish you many more years of health, many more years of non-Nicaraguan cigars. You know, it is what it is. You know what the scariest thing, in my opinion, is? The day they start faking non-Cubans, we're in trouble. Because let's say like General Cigars or Padrones or Fuentes, there's no security features, so we're in trouble if they start faking uh, non-Cuban cigars. The difference is guys like us that smoke them will know the difference, but I guess because the supply is there. But imagine if like even regular Padron 26 was in high demand and they couldn't keep up with it. Imagine if somebody started making, You could take a Rocky Patel in 1992 and put a Patron band, and you wouldn't know until you smoke it, and that would be sad. That would be really sad.
I remember seeing pictures back in the day of fake Padrones and fake Opus X, but the bands were so hideous. You know, they actually tried to copy the band. It was a joke. But yeah, people could slap the actual bands. You know, I have a shitload of Opus X bands. You know,
You can't say it can't happen. It could happen.
and the Opus X bands, they don't fall apart when you take them off. You know, you could just glue those fuckers right back on something else.
Oh God, you would know when that. You would know just by smelling the foot. You're like, oh no, oh, oh no. And then you light that thing up, and it's a core. It's just a core Maduro.
Yeah, Dragline. I don't think anybody's actually ever verified, had to validate the serial number on a Padron. I've never heard of anybody actually trying to do that. I guess technically you could send it back to Padron and find out, but I never heard of anybody doing that.
Padron cigars are so formulaic. You'll know in the first puff from the draw and the flavor if it's a fake Padron.
Yeah,
Even if it's a good cigar, you cannot. Nobody has been able to copy what Padron does. Not even close.
yeah. It's a cigar that's so obvious when you light it that it's a Padron. You know.
First off, how many cigars can start off in the first third and feel like it's in the last third and stay in the last third the whole time? Very few people. Most cigars have a natural buildup. Some build up more than others. But drone, as soon as you light it up, it's like, well, it's like redlining. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the power. You're not like, oh, I wonder when it's gonna pick up. Never, never when you smoke a Padron, you're like, oh, when is it gonna get to the good part? Like that's the difference with Padron. It's in the good part the entire time, and that you pay for that. That's part of the price.
I always tell people, when I first started smoking especially the Maduros, the '64 and the 1926 Maduros, they used to kick my ass, man. When I was done, I don't, that's not a beginning. That's not a beginner's cigar. You don't just go, oh, I'm gonna smoke a Padron number one 1926 Maduro today. You're gonna fucking turn green.
It takes acquired taste. You got to build it up. I'd say after a few years of smoking cigars, I got into Padrones, and even in the beginning, they were seemed expensive and strong, but then you learn how good they are, you know. But when I think about the old prices, $12, I was expensive back in like 2011.
Yeah. But I remember looking at the price and go, oh my god, it's so expensive. Now today, it's like, no, it's fucked up.
Yeah, dude. I mean, 2011 is when I really, around my divorce, is when I stopped dabbling in cigars, and I became like into cigars. You know? And after my divorce, like I was for that whole year, I had unemployment. And it took about a year for me to get my shit together and get back to work. So I was on unemployment, and I would only have my kid on the weekend. So I would just hang out. I would work odd jobs here and there, you know, whatever I have to do. And but I would just hang out at cigar lounge. I had nowhere to go. I lost my family and my kid, you know, and all my money, all my savings. So I would just hang out at this lounge, and I would smoke, you know, mid-tier cigars, $4 or $5 back then. You know, back then, you were smoking Romeo 1875 for $5. You know what I'm saying? So just get. And back then, the Rocky Patel, the Edge, was $4 or $5.
Yeah, that was such a popular cigar back in the day. That is.
It would come in 100 count boxes with no
Yeah,
band.
that giant wooden box they were in.
Yeah, it's what it is. And if I wanted to splurge back then, I was getting myself maybe a Monte Cristo or like I would do like a La Gloria Cubana Series R. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, that was $7.99. Like, fucking
Actually,
boy.
the edge, they had the footband only on those.
Yes and no. There was the Edge that said Rocky Patel, but then there was another one. They made an Edge that didn't say Edge. It was called something else, Edgar something, or
Hmm.
Oscar something. So there was the Edge that didn't say Edge on it. It's like Rocky Patel made a cigar for someone else. You remember that cigar?
No, I don't.
Same box. Because you remember back in the day. Remember Rocky Patel was working with Drew Estate on the Java Mint cigars. They would say Drew Estate. Remember that? You remember the Drew? Remember the box? It was a Java Mint and a Java Coffee. You remember
I
that?
remember those Java Mint, Java Coffee cigars. Yeah.
Dude, those were popular. I'm not gonna lie. But when I first was getting into it, I was like, oh, okay, all right, you don't know anything, and uh, yeah, those were popular, man. Uh, but I think it was a combination between Drew Estate and Rocky Patel, whatever the hell.
I
But
never knew that. Okay. Hmm. I tell you, I like the Rocky Old World. I think it was an Old World, a decade Old
uh,
World Reserve when it first came
oh,
out. It was a good cigar.
you're talking about Old World Corojo Reserve. That was a good cigar.
Yeah.
And then there was a Rocky Patel that I don't see no more that had the Mexican flag on it. And it was a Mexican San Andreas. It was called the Rocky Patel San Andreas. And it had like the death skull, like on the Mexican mask. When they had the celebration of the dead, you know, um, with like a rose on it. That was actually a solid San Andreas. Yeah. Oh, no, no. They're not good cigars, the Java Mint. I tried one like last year and I threw it out the window. But when you're new to cigars, what the hell do you know? You're just hanging out. And then you learn, you're like, oh, okay, that sucks. But yeah, that's when I started really getting into cigars. The cigar community saved Richie because for that year I had nowhere to go and I was just really sad. And I hung out at that Cowboy Lounge, which was dangerous. It was a crazy place. That place, it was there for a couple of years. So the next year, like once I got back on my feet, and I got to the union as an electrician. I was working, making good money, a lot of Mongo on the side, a lot of copper. Oh, I was balling. I was doing really good. So I upped my game there. I was smoking Patrons and Monte Cristo and Davidoffs, whatever they had. And but that place was a wild place. And a lot of loose women would come in there because it was right by the train. So you have girls coming from the city or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or, whatever. And, I'll never see a lounge like that again because it was also like a not a deli, but it sold cigarettes. It sold like beer and everything. So people, you get a lot of girls coming to buy cigarettes or have a beer, because people would pregame before they go to Manhattan. There, you know what I'm saying? Though, this was right
Hmm.
across. It was right across from Conklin train station, and that place was wild. It was next to a couple of nightclubs, and it was next to a Subway restaurant. And there was a woman that had an apartment above there. And, when I hang out with her, it was just weird having sex smelling Subway bread. All I want to do is eat Subway. So,
Listen, I got to jump off, Rich. It's late here.
she'd be like, "Oh, you like that, baby?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I really want a foot long chicken bacon ranch."
Toasted bread.
Joseph Fred. I'll see you later, bro.
Thanks, buddy. Good night, guys. All right, man.
Peace out. It is what it is. What a stupid place. Where's Jeremy? We haven't seen Jeremy in a while. You are not reliable, Gio. Gio, you're not reliable, Gio. And that's why, Gio, you're a 4.5. That's why, Gio, you're a 4.5. You'll never be a 4.6, Gio. You're not reliable. You're not reliable. Okay. Next time you understand why you're a 4.5. You're a good cigar, good construction. You're kind of a semi exotic blend. You're like, what's going on here? You know, but you gouge on your price and you're not available. I haven't I haven't seen Notorious in forever. Wait, Notorious is back? don't see him on here. No, I don't see his name on here. Why are you playing with me? Notorious, I don't see his name. What are you talking about, Curtis? What are you talking about, bro? Listen, people have life, things come up. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Hey, we finally reached the 1100 mark. The Richie Show, it's been 2 years of sub 1100. I don't know what happened. It makes no sense. We were like at 1079, 1086, 1098, and finally we are over 1100. Woo! Party time. Party time. It is what it is. Party time. Nobody cares about Gio. Appreciate that flex, that shit, Gio. I don't know what's going on right now, but I'm going to tell you some shit. I have one in the queue coming up by Goody. It's a good cigar. It's on the dirty side. It's a very cheap, available cigar. It can be enjoyed, though. If you're in the mood, if you get it at a stupid price, if you get it really for a stupid price, you're going to enjoy it. I talk about 451. Here's the thing. This past week, there's some type of new demonic oppression going on. Let me tell you something what happened. Yesterday, I saw a story of a woman, a very large woman. She went into a bakery of a food store, like a big food chain, like a Kroger, and she took off all of her clothes and she went to the bakery aisle and was stuffing cookies up her ass. She went to the bakery and was stuffing cakes up the chocha. She was wiping whipped cream and frosting everywhere. She had rolls upon rolls, and she was sticking all the cake and pudding between her rolls and like screaming like ah. She was shoving cake up there. She was just screaming. And then she bent over totally. It was just stuffing cake up her ass. Ah, ah. Now you know. You want some pizza? How about now? How about now? Bro, it brought the SWAT team to the yard. Oof, 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 oof. You can watch the video. Look it up on YouTube or Facebook. It's a real video. Richie doesn't lie. She was stuffing cakes in the cheeks. And she was stuffing it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm stuffing it. So that was crazy. But then today I saw a story in San Francisco. A woman got out of a car on a bridge. She was on a bridge in San Francisco, and she got out of the car naked. She had no clothes on, but she had a gun, and she just started shooting at everyone while she was naked. Hot brass and bare ass. Hot brass and bare ass. No safety. Um, I don't know what's going on, but those are extreme situations. Shooting at people while you're naked on a bridge and stuffing cake up your bonus hole. What in the same week? There is some demonic oppression. Mark my words. Get right with God. If you're not full of the Holy Spirit, Satan will have room, and you might be stuffing a cake up your ass. And I try to warn you, the devil's real, and he's got an army of demons. And they're not more powerful than God. But if you turn your back on God, you open your crack to the devil. And the devil will split your crack and stuff a cake in it. Like you'll stuff a cake in your ass. He'll stuff a. God doesn't do that. God would tell you to get a job, pay for the cake, get a receipt, take it home, put it on a plate, have one serving, share it with your friends, put it back in the refrigerator done, wash your hands, take a shower, quality soap, have a cigar with your friends. Okay. The devil, he'll stick that triple layer pudding mousse cake up the choach. Ah, ah. I mean, insanity. Insanity. Demonic oppression's real. It never looked so bad. It literally was like that movie, the Exorcist movie. You know, it's just stuffing kids. She put cake everywhere but her mouth. Everywhere but her mouth got cake. It is what it is. Sodom and Gomorrah. I try to warn you. Insane in the membrane. It is what it is. Can you imagine that stuff? Yeah. We need a manager to the bakery aisle manager. Guys, it's the end of the world. I can't stress it enough. You don't have to believe me. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Don't believe Richie. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Da-da-da-da-da. Hey, so make sure you stay fresh. Where is everyone? Is everyone lurking tonight? What the hell is that? Chill, Daddy, chill. What the hell is even that? What's going on? Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. I'm gonna go. I don't know what. I have a bunch of lurkers here. Where is everyone? Is everyone dead? Is everyone dead? Yeah, but Dragland, you can't come on the show. Dragland, why don't you come on the show, Dragland? Oh, you can't because you're like in Australia. I can't. Can I send you a request? I can't because you're in Australia. Well, the show's gonna end. I got no one else. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to myself. I'm gonna go stick cake up my ass. No, I'm not gonna do that. Ah, put the cannoli in the holy. Don't, for the record, do not put cannolis in the holies, okay? No, not the cannoli, not the Sfiadel, rainbow cookie. Oh my God, not the rainbow cookie. It's just, ah, it's, oh, I thought you were in, well, Dragland, do you want to come on the show, Dragland? Dragland, send Richie your phone number so you can come on the show. Don't bitch out. Don't bitch out. This cigar burns a lot slower than it's way less underpacked. The Oliva V Maduro is such a complete cigar. Part of this complete breakfast. The V Maduro is a cigar I could smoke the rest of my life and be fine. I'm not saying I want to only have one cigar, but it hits every box. It has strength, it has spice, it has tons of chocolate, good amount of earth, nice coffee note, long finish, very reasonable price, $10, $11. Um, it's pretty enough to be a beautiful cigar, but it has enough power, just enough edginess to be strong. A little like little bad boy. The V Maduro, the V Maduro is going to get a 4.6. The V Maduro is going to get a 4.6. It's high value. It's box worthy. The price point is stupid. There's no gouging on Oliva cigars. There's no gouging on Oliva cigars. You got to stop that gouge. You got to stop that gouge. You got to wash your ass. I'm going to end the show. Nobody's here. It's pissing me off. You guys are pissing me off. You guys are out there putting cake up your ass because you're not right with God. You're full of cake. You better get right with God. You better get right with God. You're trying to get right with Betty Crocker. You're putting Betty Crocker in your crack. Stop doing that. And don't smoke crack. Don't do drugs. Don't do fentanyl. Don't even smoke marijuana. Smoke a cigar. Eat prunes. Eat your vitamins. Eat vegetables. Drink filtered water. Tensive for camping. Soft gentle heat. Let's stop the gouge. What did you say after you went? I've got a few weeks off at the end of August. That'll work. All right. Well, you're gonna have to talk to my manager. That doesn't help me right now, my friend. That doesn't help. I mean, I appreciate that at the end of August. Then let me know. But I need someone right now. Right now. Right now. 911. What's your emergency? Yeah, I'm here at the lounge. I'm here at the lounge. There's nobody to come on. I'll tell you what. Right now, I'm gonna have some fun. If you're not gonna come on the lounge, you're gonna go to the dome. Every 30 seconds. Let's play a little game like the movie Speed. Every 30 seconds, nobody comes on the lounge. I will dome a son of a bitch. There you go. Caleb, the first victim, sacrificed. Caleb has been sent to the dome. Caleb has been sent to the dome because nobody wants to come on the lounge. You got 20 seconds left. Who's going to be the next victim? Who's the at exactly 118 minutes at 15 seconds? Who's going to the dome next? Until somebody comes on the show, every 30 seconds someone's going. Here we go. Who's going to be the next victim? Let's see here. Oh, FDNY 911. What's your emergency? There's two people in the dome, and they didn't even do anything. Yeah, yeah. Wait till we get to 45 seconds. Another 30 seconds. Here we go. Who's next? Who's going to go to the dome? Oh, I know someone that loves the dome. What's his name? Oh, yeah. This guy. Geo. Welcome. Another one. I will show you the power, Richie. I will rain a shitstorm that you can never wipe. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? What do we got going on here? Oh, we're about to hit 15 seconds. Nobody's coming on. I'm going to have my fun. I'm going to have me some fun. Here you go. Draglad, welcome. You're in the dome. 300 seconds. I hope you brought a juice or a sippy cup or a cigar or something. You're going to be there. You want a Fanta or something like that? Let's see here next. Who's going to go next? Oh, Chewy. You out there, Chewy? You don't want to come on the show, Chewy? You're my friend. You're not a reliable friend. That's okay, Chewy. Well, Chewy, go say hello to Geo. Bam, another one. Another one bites the dust. Oh, well, wait, there's more. I'll do this all night. Let's see here. Everyone's getting whacked. It's like the end of a Godfather. Here we go here again. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Oh, Curtis, you think you're safe? You got 5 seconds. Curtis, congratulations. You got a one-way ticket to the Dome. Please keep your seat in the upright position and all your trays and tables up. Marco, are you safe? You're not safe from Richie. Everybody wants to play games and lurk around. Here you go. Here you go. Another one. Another one. Another one. The wheels of the bus are going round and around, everyone. Let's see, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? I don't even know who this guy is. B Lane? I don't even know who you are. There you go. Welcome. You're in the lounge. There you go. Who's next? Who's next? Let's see. All right. All right. All right. All right. Anyone else? Anthony P? All right, you were already on the lounge, but I don't give a shit. You're part of the club. Everyone's getting smoked tonight. And you know what? You go to the lounge. Sean, everyone's going to the Dome. You go to the Dome. Bruce, you're going to the Dome. Everyone's going to the Dome. Everyone's going to the Dome. Everyone's going to the Dome. And just like that. And just like that. Just like that. I'll sit here by myself. But at least I'll have fun knowing you're in the Dome. You think I'm playing around? Best here in the lounge? You think it's a game? You think it's a game? It's a game? Oh, don't mess with Richie. You guys eating cake? What's going on? You in the bakery? You want some pizza? Here's what it is. I'll dome this whole place. Everyone's out. Everyone's going to 300 Dome. That's it. Thunderdome. Mad Max. No point of return. Your passport has been expired. That's it. The lounge is dead. The last episode. What a stupid place. Man, this place gets really scary without Sako. Where's Sako? Where is Sako? I don't know. Is what it is. Where is Sako? I don't know. I'm getting great construction on this. Great burn. It's a 4.6. Sweet, chocolatey, milk chocolate, a lot of earth, a lot of black pepper spice, some jalapeno spice, earthy as well. Nice coffee note. What a great cigar. What a great cigar. Mm. No, it was a situation with Cuban cigars. I don't want to go into it, but you know, it was a situation with maybe some of the Cuban cigars the tax stamps might have been off. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, look. I'm not going to sit here and eat cake by myself. So it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a scary place. I just flooded the earth right there. We'll rebuild. Did somebody build an ark? Is there anyone left standing? Geo? Geo, where are you, Geo? Geo? I'm sorry, Geo. Well, look, it was a lot of fun tonight. And I go with the flow. So if the lounge is dying out, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if they're blocking the comments. I can't see no one here. I don't know. I don't know. I know YouTube doesn't like me. But it is what it is. This cigar is a 4.6. Shout out to Goody. Great cigar. Fantastic. Oliva V. Maduro. A Richie certified box worthy cigar. Definitely try out that stick. And I wish everyone here the best. But tonight I had to flex on you guys. It is what it is. It's like when a father pulls the car over and everyone's getting a spanking. Like, I didn't even do anything, Dad. Shut up. Pop, 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 pop. Now your kids will learn. And no Nintendo when you get home. No. But nobody's here. Everyone's lurking. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. We got everyone lurking. It's all right. It's all good, Sean. You know I got nothing but love. But look, everyone here have a great night. And I really need to have a guest on. And I need Saka. Is I'm not sure what you mean by that statement. It was you gave me no time. It is what it is, bro. What is it, bro? You know what? Go hang out with the Vixen. Go buy one of her calendars. What can I tell you? Go hang out with the 60-second guy. And God bless. He's got a great channel. Get out of here. Good luck going against Richie. Sacco is at a party right now. Good luck. Hey, what's up, Bruce? It's like, hey, good luck. Good luck. Well, well. Gio's gone. Gio said he's naked. Exactly. You can't get this at IHOP. You can't do this at Applebee's. I can't stress it enough. So I will see you guys around. You guys stay fresh. You stay good. We might have another unboxing tomorrow. I'll let you know. God bless everyone. Stop lurking. It is what it is.